year varsity in track. Jillian ran the 8, the 1600, the 3200, also the 4x8 for us this year. So a lot of distance races, and did a great job. Her PR in the mile got all the way down to 5:51. So very good. Nice job, Jillian. Secondly, we have Shane. Shane gets the sprinting for us this year, ran the 100, ran the 200, also pole vaulting for us this year. All right, looking forward to her developing in that pole vault. She's really came along a long way there towards the end of the season. So, nice job, Shane. Our next freshman, Zoe. I don't believe Zoe is here. Yep. Okay. Aslan had to work. Aslan was a regional qualifier in the shot put. He goes tomorrow to throw at Piqua. Next we have Rosie. Rosie was here. See that? Okay. All right. Kylie is not here. Also a thrower. Haley. Well, Haley also earned her first year varsity in track. She's also a first team SBAAC, read the wrong slide there. First team SBAAC All-Star. She ran the 400, also the 800, also the 4x4, which she won the league in the 4x4. And I think we also snuck in a 4x2 in there at one point. All right, but Haley did a great job. Next one, Ryan. I don't believe Ryan is here. How about Julia? No Julia either. Okay. Bella? No Bella. Audrey. So Audrey. Audrey's also a sprinter jumper for us. Ran the 200, ran the 400 for us. Also a good high jumper for us as well. PR 4.6 this year, right, Audrey? Okay. All right, Audrey. And Heaven. Okay, moving on to our sophomores, we have Georgia. Georgia earned her second year varsity in track. She was a distance runner here for us, ran the 4x8, the 16, the 32, and also the 8. All right, nice job, Georgia. Here you go. Two of them. Riley's not here. Riley's not here. Olivia. Olivia also earned her second year varsity letter. Second team All-Star SBAAC. She did the long jump for us. Also was a sprinter 100, 200, 4x1, 4x2. All right, Olivia. Next we have Abigail. Abby was a sprinter for us, 100, 200, 400. I don't believe Riley is here. Alyssa, not here. Other Alyssa. Sorry, Alyssa. Hang on, Lorenz. Lauren had to leave for work. Paige.
Paige was a thrower for me. Had a great year. Ended up being in the finals there for the region. Didn't quite make it out, but had a nice PR there a couple weeks before at 95, right? 95 was a PR in this year. Huge improvement though. She started around the 65, 70 mark and really improved the year that went on. So excited to have her back next year.
Next we have Shelby. Shelby also earned her second year varsity in track. Distance runner for us, ran the 4x8, the 8, 16 I think as well. Maybe once? No 16 for you. Okay, just 4x8, the 8. All right, Shelby. Next we have Alyssa. Alyssa was a sprinter for us, 100, 200. I think we might have squeezed a 400 out of you at one point in time. Maybe once, but mostly 100 and 200. All right, Alyssa. And last sophomore, we have Ellie.
Ellie, another thrower, mostly focused on shot there towards the end. Congratulations. Really improved, ended up being one of our top 2 shot putters. PR 24, 25, okay, we got 25. So had an awesome year, looking ahead to next year and hopefully capture that spot again and get closer to 30 and keep improving. So, nice job.
Going on to juniors here, first of all, we have Dakota. Dakota earned her 3rd year varsity in track, distance runner here for us, ran the 4x8, the 8, the 16, and the 3200 at times. Nice job, Dakota. Next we have Keely, I don't believe is here. Ava, not here. Addison. Addison also earned her 3rd year varsity in track. She was also part of that 4x4 team that earned first team All-Star SBAAC. She ran the hurdles for us, 100 hurdles, 300 hurdles. Also that 4x4. I think we also snuck her in the 4x2 at one point in time, maybe once when we had to have her fill in. Addison did a great job for us. All right, moving on to our seniors here. First of all, we have Maddie. Maddie earned her 4-year varsity award in track. She was also part of that 4x4 team that won the SBAAC, so first team All-Star there. She was a sprinter for us, 100, 200, 400, 4x1, 4x2, 4x4. Wherever we kind of needed her, we kind of moved Maddie around to fill in all those spots. But Maddie did a great job for us. Next senior, I don't believe Mia is here today. Is Mia? No? Okay. Kaylee. Kaylee earned her 3rd year varsity award. She was also part of that 4x4 team. First team All SBAAC. Also a regional qualifier in pole vault. She vaults on Saturday this week at the Piqua. Also the school record holder in the pole vault at 10 feet 7. Hopefully to get a little higher than that on Saturday. But also did the hurdles for us, 100, 300 hurdles, 4x1 or 4x4. Also the 4x2 maybe once. Yeah. Okay. And obviously pole vault. Great job, Kayla. And our last senior, Morgan. Morgan also earned her 4-year varsity in track. She was a 2nd team All-Star SBAAC. She was a sprinter for us, 100, 200, 4x1, 4x2. Morgan did a great job for us. Morgan. And as a coaching staff, we also came up with a few special awards here that we'd like to give out. First of all, is a Most Improved Award from last season to this season, and that award goes to Olivia Carpenter. We have a Most Coachable Award this year, and that award goes to Allison Swope. And we also have a Team MVP Award, and this year we are going to give that award to Kaylee Ramsey. that ends it for us. Turn it over to Coach Roll.
Okay, so thanks very much. I'm kind of shooting from the hip type guy, and you guys know I like to talk, so I'll try to keep it as low as I can, as short as I can. But what I have usually comes right out of the heart, so hopefully it's all good. And one of the things that I like to do each year is, for the seniors at least, to show them all the trophies they won while they were here. So the seniors, these right here, is every trophy they won over their 4 years that they did here. And at the end are just the ones from this year. But they had a great career, and so I want to start off by applauding that and thanking you guys for doing it. It's been here, especially if you've been here for all 4 years. And so this year was a really good year as well, and I'll go through and kind of recap some of our finishes here in a second. But I do want to draw attention to that and congratulate you guys on all the success that you've had, because you've done really, really well. This year in particular, our very first meet, we won the field relays. We won that meet. We were first place out of 5 teams. The next one was a Miami Trace quad meet that had Washington Courthouse, Miami Trace, Wilmington, and us. And we won that as well, first out of 4. We went to New Richmond Invite without a full team and some injuries, so we were 8th out of 17 at that meet. Went to Waynesville right after that. Had some more of our guys there. We were first out of 15, and we won that meet. We went 4th out of 5 at Batavia. They invited a couple of powerhouse D1 schools that were pretty good. There, we did not have our full team for that meet as well. But Bethel Quad, we were first out of 4. The East Clinton Invite, we were 2nd out of 6. Little Miami Invite, which was kind of nice with some bigger schools, 2nd out of 11. Lynchburg, 1st out of 7. Our home tri meet, we were first out of the 3 there. And our league finish was 2nd out of 6. And I'll be honest with you, the team that we had this year, the points we had, I was going to go back and look when we won it in 2018. We might have even had 2 or 4 points less than what we did this year when we won the league. So Batavia just happened to have a really nice team this year. That probably, I was talking to some coaches and they were talking about rankings, and they're one of the top D2 schools in the entire state of Ohio. They just happened to be in our league and had a decent day. They didn't really have a stumble. So we had a really great performance in league, and we're 2nd place there. And in the district, again, without a full team, we were 8th out of 16. So our total team record for the year was 66-20. So that's not shabby at all. And the only meets where we finished a little down, we just didn't have everybody. So kudos to you guys on a great, great season. I know Coach mentioned about the girls came breaking the school record. We also had some records broken this year. So we broke the high jump record. Jude broke that, which was really awesome. We also just broke the 4x2 record, which was Weston and Willem and Miles and Kale. But I do want to throw in Jude and Jason on that, because they ran on Thursday, and if they wouldn't have ran well and we didn't make finals, we wouldn't have a shot to the other guys to run. So if you know anything about the relays, you get to put 8 guys on your alternate or 8 guys on your car, even though 4 can run it. So we definitely had to use 6 guys to accomplish that. And then Kale got the 400 record as well. So we broke 3 school records and 4 for the program. So that doesn't happen very often. I've been coaching a long time. I don't know if we broke 4 in 1 year before or not, but that was really great. So kudos to that. I thought we had a really good year. A little bit of a smaller team, but everybody that was part of it was important and ran well. So I'm going to go ahead and do our individual awards as well. And Coach, I'm going to have you go ahead and get your throwers first, if you don't mind. We'll talk about each of them.
Okay.
Before he goes, I just want to say that I want to echo what Coach said about thanking the guys we work with, because there's so many different events in track that to be a specialist in every single event is hard. And so we rely on each other, and I relied on Coach a lot for our throwers, and he's done a really, really good job with that, and had multiple state qualifiers in that over the last several years. There were a lot of good success, league champions, so I appreciate that. Coach Goings, as well as a lot of you guys know, is a hurdle maniac. He loves it. He's got passion for his track and field. And he's been around a long time with a lot of wisdom, so I appreciate him. And Coach Richardson as well, as we talk about stuff, and I know we have to trade places sometimes, and I know at the league, I think was one of them where I'm like, I went running toward Kaylee and he went running toward Jude, and we were both going at the same time, which is typical. What seems to always happen. So wherever we feel like we're needed most, and I appreciate you doing that and helping me out with that. So I do thank the other coaches, and I do want to thank the parents as well, like he said, that for helping out and people that back us and come to the stuff and support us. I really appreciate that. And I also want to throw a thank you out to my wife, not just for the ice cream, but putting up with me being gone all the time, and all of our wives, because I know that, like I told you, Forrest's wife put together this video thing for us and took a lot of pictures, and I know that your wife helped out with some senior gifts and things like that. So every one of these wives are putting forth tangible things that they're doing for our program, as well as putting that up with us being gone a lot. So I did want to thank them as well, for sure. And especially you guys and girls alike, that have a lot of fun doing this, and I enjoy you guys, and I wanted to thank you for a great year. So, Coach, I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about your throwers.
All right, so I got some guys I think are not here tonight. Alex Sherman. All right, Alex had a pretty good year. Came out and threw a little bit of shot, but mostly focused on disc. Just needs some work. We had a nice PR in Miami Trace. Owen Long, I believe again is not here tonight. Was kind of injured early on in the year, but really was starting to pick it up towards the end. We had more time to practice. And then Dakin Johnson, again, I believe he's not here tonight. A lot of potential. And Dakin, again, struggled with the injury early on, but ended up throwing disc for us towards the end there in the top two spots. Phil Valley. Phil was a freshman for me this year. I think he's excited about track. He had a lot of fun. Ended up having a nice PR with 34, 32. What was the practice the other day? 36 and a quarter. So had a nice, even though it wasn't a meet, did have a nice practice PR there. We kind of had a final day of measuring, so he did a nice job this year. Justin Beekman. Justin's a football guy, and we've talked him into coming out this year, and I'm really glad that we did. He's a good guy just to have around. He's one of those guys, if you call him and need him to be there, I think he'd show up. And he's been coming out with these guys and practicing, even though he's not doing anything. So he's one of those guys you just want in your corner. So I'm glad he came out. I think he got a lot stronger, right? Maxed out at 315 from 330. Okay, so it's throughout the year. So he really worked hard in the weight room. He's kind of leader in the weight room for me. And then his PR was at East Clinton. Through 37, so pretty proud of that. He came from down in the 30s and shot one up there. So nice job, Justin.
Before he goes on, I have to add in that he was on the sprinter. What was the throwers sprint relay, right?
Yes.
The 4x1, and he was an important part of that. But scored. And as you go through, we have standards for getting a varsity letter. It's based on how much you participate and if you score. So, anyways, he earned that varsity letter not only with the 37 and placing the beats and throw it, but participating in almost every
relays.
Run that relay. If you have never seen it, that's a sight to see. The shot putters and distance throwers. They get in there and they run a 4x1 like sprinters, and it's pretty cool. And we're pretty fast.
Yep, Justin's going on to play football at Ohio Wesleyan University, so I wish him best of luck up there. Bryton Robin. Also was kind of a football/baseball dude that we converted into track. Wish we could have done it a few years earlier, but I believe his first meet was like 32. Ended up being a league champion, throwing a 44. So he really stepped up the challenge and really improved throughout the year. Also was part of this relay team, ran some 4x1s for us and helped us out in those relays a bunch. Super student, had him in physics, did a great job. He's going to go to Ohio State, be an engineer. So super proud of this guy, and again, one of those guys you want in your corner. So congratulations. Brandon Moritz. Brandon was a full-time track guy and did 3 years varsity, but participated all 4 years. Was a huge leader for me now, especially in disc, because even at our own place, it's hard for me to get back and forth between the discus and the shot put. So he's someone I can trust down there as a leader and taught what was supposed to be taught and helped out the other athletes as well. And I think he grew a lot of them just being that leader there. Going to high school right now already, so he's kind of following his dad's footsteps there, going to be a pilot. Also a league champion, my first league champion in this. Rodman, first league champion shot. So that was an awesome accomplishment for them, and then also kind of for myself, that's special to get that first league champion. So I appreciate all your work in all 4 years, man.
All right, so we'll get to the people who weren't throwers, and work my way up here. So I don't think any of the guys that are in JV awards are here tonight, or we're already covered. So we're going to go with Caleb Worling. And you can tell these guys respect Caleb a lot, by the way. And right away, earlier in the year, when we watched him run in practice, everybody would say, man, that kid really works hard. That kid really works hard. And he's pretty good. So you gained a lot of respect from your teammates. And I know they're catcalling you right there, but that's out of respect because they know that you're a hard worker, so for sure. And he was a distance runner for us, and he told me at the end of the year, I really just want to break 5. And I said, what was your PR last year? And you told me 5:38. And so about 3 weeks from the end, he went under 5, and then he went under 5 again, and then he went under 5 again. So he ended up running, his best time was 4:51. So kudos to him for accomplishing that goal. Did a really good job. And we're looking for great things for him in the future. He also ran a pretty good 800, didn't get to run a lot, and ran 2 miles as well. So we're proud of you, looking for big things in the future. Caleb Worling. All right, first year varsity, okay. Also, and I think you guys, we tried it when you get first year varsity, if you haven't got a letter in your numerals, you get those. Some guys won first year varsity already got theirs, like Miles Needy. Come on down, Miles. He's a first year varsity guy. He's a senior. And he did a dual sport. He was baseball this year as well as track. And I'll just never forget when I found out he really was doing it. I was like, really, 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 I was all excited. We went to the first meet, and he jumped 20 foot 10 inches in the long jump. And everybody, including Wilmington guys, and everybody was like, oh my goodness, did you see that? And so we were really impressed right off the bat with Miles. And so glad that he got a chance to do it. But we're working to move to the 4x2, and he was able to be part of the team that broke the school record in the 4x2. And he was first team all league in track based on points. So the top 10 point getters in the conference automatically make first team all league, and he was in that top 10. And that's really hard to do because he was he was first team in baseball also. And I was kind of curious how many guys were first team all league in 2 sports at the same time. And I doubt it's been very many. I don't even know if anybody. So that was quite an accomplishment. But as long as I've known him, he's been a hard worker. And in every sport that he's done in the classroom, and is just a quality guy. So, Miles Needy. Okay, Jacob Mueller. Jacob has been an absolute pleasure to get to meet and get to know. Had him in the classroom, as well as in track. He's a quality guy all the way around, great character, and I found out he can play the piano really, really good. That blew my doors off right there. So, but I will say one thing in terms of track. This guy came a long, long, long way, didn't he? And he worked really hard in practice, and it was really exciting to see how much he improved throughout the year. But I think he really just grew to love running. He enjoyed the competitions. If you saw him finish, you ever see him cross the finish line, what he looked like this? And it was just telling him how much he enjoyed to compete, especially against himself. And he told me that a lot. Like, I like to compete against other people and I like to beat, but I like to kind of beat myself in my own times as well. And when you're a distance runner, you have to work for that a little bit. It's kind of your own time sometimes that you're going against. But was a great quality guy. We're so glad he came to the United States as an exchange student this year from Germany. And we don't want to let him go, but I suppose we have to. But he did a great job this year, Jacob Mueller. All right, Carter Martin's not here, right? He was first year varsity. And Bryson Geyer. I was really glad also to have Bryson come out, and it was important for our distance crew that we have at least 4 guys. We had 5, I was thinking that, and one of them got hurt, and we lost him for the year, so we needed that whenever we had the 4x8. Bryson would run that, and he also run an open 800 toward the end and kept PRing a lot once he got there. Had a lot of different things he had to overcome in terms of injury this year, so he didn't really get into running a bunch of meets in a row until toward the end. But definitely, I told him I just want you to PR on your last meet, and he did. So he finished the year, I think, with maybe like 3 or 4 straight PRs on the 800 in the 4x8. And then also early did a little bit of hurdling, but I had an injury down in New Richmond in the rain. If you were at that meet, that was not a real fun meet to be at, out with the rain and the cold. So but he did a good job, and I'm really hoping that he'll come back and keep working on it because he's got a lot of potential. And we get through a year without so much injuries, and I think it'll be good. Bryson Geyer. All right, Jason Flynn. Another guy that I'm really super glad we got him out this year. We talked about several people we didn't have last year, and we kind of recruited to come out or talked about, and he told me he was thinking about running. I was really glad. I saw him play basketball. He's very athletic, and he really improved a lot throughout the year as well. I talked him into pole vault. I'm not sure how much he loves it or not, but he did it for me, and he worked hard at it. And you got to be a little bit crazy to do that event anyway. So I appreciate your bravery and taking the risk for me. But sprinting as well, and his sprinting time really came down, and his form really improved. Like I said, he was key to us being able to get a school record in the 4x2. So great job, Jason. All right, second year varsity award, and you should get an extra certificate for that as well. And first we have Willem. So I appreciate the sacrifice you made a few times, especially late in the year. When you do 2 sports, you're busy and it takes a lot of time and you get a little beat up. So I appreciated him coming out to league and districts in the end and running. He's very, very fast. And what was really cool is I was afraid a little bit because when you have the dual sport guys, you don't get as much practice. So I was afraid we couldn't get him to maybe PR toward the end, but he did, and he ran a great PR in the 100 down at league at 11.4, and really came on really good at the end, which I was happy to see. And he was also part of breaking the school record in the 4x2, which was good. Very, very close to first team all league, but he was second. He was just one person out or one place out of the top 10, so he was the second team all league athlete in track and field, and he did a great job. So I'm hoping I can keep him around a little bit. I know it beats him up a lot, but we'll try to work with him in the future and keep him around. So he'll be competing in regionals with these other guys in the 4x2 coming up tomorrow. Will Gill. And he's tried a little high jumping, but I think he likes the hurdles a lot more and wants to focus on that. So did good there, and at the end of the year trying to PR to finish the season, and he did. And so we're just encouraging him to get in the weight room, lift, get faster, stronger, keep with hurdles. And I would encourage any of you guys, sometimes you're doing track for all 4 years and really working on the event is key to having a lot of success. So if he just keeps working at it, it's going to get better and better. Chase line. He improved a lot this year, not only in his main event, which is pole vault, but in all the sprint events. It's something that I noticed right away when we were talking, and like Xander's really got a lot faster this year, and I was really impressed with his sprinting ability. So he helped us a lot also in like 4x1, 4x2 throughout the year. Kept him running because it's good for pole vaulters to do that kind of stuff too. But he came up to me kind of late in the year and said, hey, I think I might want to try high jump. And so he had already tried long jump a little bit, did some high jumping. He's actually kind of a natural at it. He's just got to get a little bit more down, but just with a couple meets toward the end. What'd you do? 3 meets maybe toward the end of the year, and cleared a few heights. And we got up to the end of the year, and they started super high, but he's really close to some more. So I think he could be a good high jumper. We'll see what he wants to do. But so he became multifaceted this year and could do a lot of stuff: long jump, high jump, pole vault, all those sprint relays, all the sprints. Came on in the 4x4 right away. If you guys run the 4x4, you know what that's like. And as soon as you do good at it, my wife said, well, that's the good news and the bad news. He's good at the 4x4. That's the good news. The bad news, he's good at the 4x4. So he's going to be in it, and he's going to be in the last event. It's a tough event. So all of you guys who run the 4x4, kudos and thank you. But he did a nice job at that as well. So we're really proud of how much he developed as an all-around track athlete for sure this year. But pole vault is his best thing, and he got 12 foot this year. He was 4th in the league. Just missed one at regionals by 1 spot. So to take the top 4, he got 5th. But 5th out of 32 potential guys is not bad. You know, he did good especially for a sophomore. So good job, Xander. Again, we try to do this in our sprinter jumper. I call it the sprinter jumper hurdler group. We try to get those guys to do a lot of events within that realm. So he's done pretty much all the sprints and all the sprint relays, long jumping, high jumping. Talk to me about pole vault. I haven't let him on a pole yet, but who knows, one day, or hurdling, you know. But he's done a really good job, a good all-around athlete, and focused a little bit more on the long jump for his field event this year, which he did really good in. He's going to compete tomorrow in the long jump. For that, was league champion in the long jump as well. And his sprinting stuff, I think, his biggest love is probably the 400, and he broke the school record in that, which was a big goal. I think coming into this year, that's what he really wanted to do, is break that school record, and he got that last week. So he's going to be competing in regionals in that event as well coming up, as well as part of that 4x2. So did a nice job this year. Kale Wilson. And Weston was 2nd team all conference. He was also 1st team all conference last year. I want to throw that out there because he's definitely a 1st teamer. That kind of quality. He's part of the team that broke the school record in the 4x2. And he has started that relay. Maybe, did you even start your freshman year? He has started off the relay with Island Blocks baton in hand for 4 straight years for me. So talk about somebody that you can count on. And he's done a great job at that. And he's going to be missed like crazy. And we're so appreciative of you, Weston. Okay, good job. Jude was a state qualifier last year in the high jump, but his big goal this year for sure, no matter what, was getting the school record. And he did break the school record in the high jump at 6'5", down at Waynesville this year. And he's had, I think, consistently even higher when he meets at 6'2", 6'4", 6 foot. So definitely has brought his whole game up. Did some indoor track this winter to help out a little bit with that. So he's worked really hard at the high jump. But he also, over the past, has long jump for me. And I didn't mention this with Kale too, I forgot about it, but triple jump. These guys have triple jumped over at Little Miami. So he's done all the kind of jumping events there are, and even sprouted off into the shot put this year and threw over 40 feet right away, which is quite an accomplishment. And one of those guys who can be a decathlete or something, can do a lot of different events. Got into the hurdles a lot more this year and did really good in the hurdles, and was ended up placing in the league in hurdles. 1st team all conference guy as well, and won the high jump there. So he's going to be competing again in regionals in the high jump coming up on Saturday. But he's had a great career. We've had a lot of enjoyment with track and field, and we're going to miss you like crazy. Jude Lady. Most improved. This was hard for me because we think sometimes about from last year to this year. Sometimes we think about from the very first day we met him in track and field, this year to this year, into this year. So we ended up going with a kid who last year didn't even do track, so he was terrible. And this year, he started out pretty terrible. And I was like, oh man, we talked this guy into doing track. And now he only throws 32 feet. And he ended up being the league champion at 44 feet. And the amount of improvement in both the shot put and the discus was incredible. We needed this year, big time. And I told Coach that our big challenge was to replace some throwers that we've lost in the last few years. So our most improved this year is Brian Rudd. Okay. All right, so the track MVP this year, a lot of times this just goes on total points, and something that I don't even know if I've seen is a kid who won all 4 events at the league. He was league champion in all 4 events. The most events you can do is 4 events. He scored 40 points in league. That's kind of unheard of, and that's Cale Wilson. Okay, then I got a field MVP, and I'm kind of partial to that. I would say out of the 5 field events, we had league champion in 4 of the 5. And our pole vaulter is pretty good too. We just happen to have the state record holder. By the way, the Richmond's pole vaulter broke the state record at district, so he happened to be in our league. But we got a good pole vaulter too. But we have great field events, so we pride ourselves a lot on the field events. This kid did every jumping event that there was except pole vault. And I didn't really let him on the pole yet, but triple jump, long jump. And I'm going to even throw this in, high jumped, and I'm going to throw this in, because Forrest isn't in here, I'm going to count the hurdles as a field event, jumping over those things. But this kid can do all that stuff, and he's one of the biggest reasons our team has had success over the past couple of years, a big leader on our team too, and that's Jude. Probably tried to talk to me before. Coach's Award, and this is just somebody that is a good character kid that always there when you can count on him. He may not be first place in all the events every single week, but he is reliable. I don't know where we'd be without him. He's done a lot of great stuff, and it's one of those kids you hate to see it go away, and that's Weston Carter. Okay, Coach, we good. All right, that's all we have for us. So thanks so much for coming. There's probably more ice cream if you wanted or take home leftovers. Thank you to the ones who helped organize that. Brittany, thank you also.